Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Craig. Welcome back to the channel, and this is an aggressive recon video, the first on the channel. I'm going to be trying to do an aggressive recon video once a week, and this isn't the ideal aggressive recon video for me. I wouldn't normally be doing aggressive recon on, let's say, for example, domination. But yesterday on my video, I decided to announce that I would be doing aggressive recon, and I realised I didn't have any gameplay on my hard drive, so it was a big panic. Went back on Battlefield 4 to try and get some gameplay, and I just could not hit anything. Everything wasn't going for me. I was dying really easily, I was missing my shots, and it frustrated me, and I ended up going on to domination, and I didn't get the best of gameplays, but I did get a few nice clips. But it's still not really what I would like to be uploading. But I wanted to get this out because I'm really busy this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to get a video out this weekend. So I had to get this video out today. But what I want to talk about today is the Recon class in general, and the hate that's sort of spewed towards the Recon players in regards to long-distance sniping, especially long-distance snipers. You can't win actually with the Recon class, because if you playing aggressive recon using a sniper rifle, people will look at you and say, well, you know, you're basically quickscoping. But it's not quickscoping as in the Call of Duty type quickscoping. It's a different type of quickscoping. The sniping on Battlefield 4 in as a general is a lot harder than it is on Call of Duty. A lot harder. You have to give for distance and bullet drop, and you also have to give for the fact that players are moving. So you have to anticipate, put the crosshairs in front of the player and hope that you can get a headshot, because there's nothing worse than hitting somebody, let's say for example on the shoulder from 400 meters and they're still walking. It's like you've done all that work to try and get the player killed from that distance, and he's just sort of like brushed it off and walked away. But sniping as a whole on Battlefield is really satisfying. In my opinion, it is. It's my second, the Recon class is my second most used class. I do assault a lot. And that's because I'm mainly an infantry player. Most of the games that I play on, I like to run and gun, and it's just the way I am. Battlefield has all these luxuries that you can use. You can use the tanks, you can use helicopters, you can use the boats. And the boats on this game, if you can manage to get a good crew who will repair your boats, the boats on this game absolutely wreck. The rib boats are amazing. They are, honestly, they're just... Some people would class them as overpowered, but me personally, I think they're a really good addition, and they're a lot of fun to use. But I do tend to stay away from using vehicles, and that's because it's not because I don't thoroughly enjoy using them, because I do, but they're just not as good for me. I don't have as good of a time as I do when I'm running around and I'm getting the kills that way. It's just the way I am. But that's the way I also play Recon. I also snipe that aggressive style. And a lot of people give hate to the snipers who sit on mountains and or hills and play sniping and play the Recon class the way it's supposed to be played, which is really to be a spotter for your team and to, you know, get hit some long range targets to maybe deviate the attention from the objective, drop down some spawn beacons so that your squad can spawn closer to the objective as well. And really just try and stay out of the way of the centre of the action. But I can understand where people's frustration comes from, especially when they're on, let's say, a kill streak, or they're going for a flag and they see someone spawn sniping. It can be frustrating to die from people like that, because it's seen as you're not playing the objective, which is something that's big in Battlefield, as opposed to, let's say, Call of Duty. Playing the objective is like a big thing in Battlefield. Well, it is on PC anyway. On PlayStation 4, it does seem to be a little less team orientated than what I've seen a lot of PC gameplay to be. But in my opinion, I think that's because we're new to 64-man Conquest. Because us on the PlayStation and the Xbox One have only had Conquest 64-man this year. And when you're playing Conquest on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, the games are smaller. You haven't got as many people to kill, and it's not as tactically, you don't need to be as tactically aware as a squad of what's going on around you. But as a whole, I've got to say I'm absolutely loving 64-man Conquest. Now, there are some people that can say that the PlayStation 4 can't really, or the Xbox, you know, they've had a lot of issues with rubber banding, this, that, the other, but that's probably down to DICE. DICE is the people that made the game, and we all know that there has been huge problems with Battlefield 4 over the last 6 months. And with the new servers that have been introduced recently, the game seems to have become a lot more stable. And that's really good for me, because I did actually stop playing Battlefield for a number of weeks because I just couldn't stop rubber banding. And there's nothing worse than trying to fly a jet and having the jet rubber band back into your screen like it's got Parkinson's. It's absolutely crazy. But the game's a lot more stable now, and I just wanted to get your opinions on what snipers, what you feel about snipers in Battlefield 4. Do you enjoy sniping yourself? Do you hate snipers? Do you think that they're just a nuisance? Or, you know, what snipers do you prefer? Do you prefer the aggressive type, or do you prefer the people that play the role of the sniper as it should be played? Obviously, guys, this is the first aggressive recon video on the channel, and I would like some feedback. Would you like me to play game modes such as Rush and Conquest? And hopefully I can get another video to you guys by Monday, because this weekend, like I've said, I'm really busy and I'm not going to be able to do anything. But thanks for stopping by, guys, and I hope to see you after the weekend.